I shot the exact same clip with the exact same settings on 4 of my best action cameras. Then I had my editor randomize the order. Let's see how they stack up. All right, clip number 1 here. The colors are accurate. I am not crazy about how contrasty it is. It looks very compressed and like action camera-y. Like they've added a lot of sharpening and stuff like that. Number 2, okay, this is kind of cheating. I know this. This is classic GoPro look. I'm like 95% sure this is the GoPro. It vertically compresses, so you get this kind of like cartoon mirror distortion. Love it or hate it, it's a look. I'm a fan of the perspective, I'm not a fan of the colors. That's the other dead giveaway that this is GoPro, is it just comes yellow out of the camera. I don't understand. The settings for the white balance and all of that were the same on these cameras. And then the final giveaway is audio, but we're gonna save that for a little bit later. Number 3, oh, interesting. I mean, just like that audio difference right away is huge. And the other huge thing is like, this is magenta. This is almost the opposite, right? The GoPro is like really yellow, and whatever this is obviously a little bit too magenta, but the colors look really good. The stabilization looks really good. And if I wanted to nitpick, I noticed something. If you look at the handlebars, there's this like sort of fringing to it. And what this usually tells me is there's some HDR artifacts. Now, I did not turn high dynamic range on any of these cameras. This is just stock out of the camera. But I can still see there's some strange little fringing. And then also like these shadows, like this tree isn't really in the shadows. Like the camera's trying to elevate the shadows, and it makes these tree shadows on the pavement kind of bluish. I'm being really nitpicky, but this is just one small thing I noticed in this camera. And then finally, number 4, ooh, I like this one. Yeah, this one looks really good. So it's very color accurate, the stabilization's good. It's vibrant, it's not overly saturated, it's not overly sharpened. This looks pretty clean to me. If I want to be picky, I noticed just a tiny bit in the handlebars, again, that sort of fringing. But this is very good looking footage. I do like number 4. Okay, also real quick, we have some audio samples. Test 1 2 3. 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 Okay, so number 1. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Okay, number 1. I'm not crazy about the audio. It does an okay job. You can still hear some of that buffeting from the wind. So it's definitely not reducing the wind a whole lot, and it gives it this kind of strange like wind reduction artifact. And number 1, I mean, most important number 1 is I'm not crazy about the image quality. So kind of misses on image quality, kind of misses on audio quality. I'm gonna give number 1 a 2 out of 10. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2. Number 2, again, I'm 95% sure it's the GoPro. And now that I've heard the audio, I'm 98% sure that it's the GoPro. GoPro does not do a good job eliminating the wind noise. The voices are just not reliable once you get up to speed. This has just been a limitation of GoPro for years. They just have not cracked the code of audio. I do like the squeeze. It's not for everybody. And I do have a preset in my editor where it just gets rid of that yellow, but I realize this is straight out of camera. A lot of people don't like that. So overall, I'm gonna give number 2 a 7 out of 10. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. You notice how you can barely even hear the wind? Let me do that again. Test 1 2 3. Test 1. So you don't want to hear no wind because then it sounds weird and artificial. You want to hear the subtleties of it. There is still a little bit of distortion in my voice, so the audio is not perfect. And again, this one kind of came out magenta. So I'm also going to give camera number 3 a 7 out of 10. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Yeah, this sounds really good. Test 1 2 3. Can you listen to it against 3 one more time? Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3. Test 1 2 3 and 4 are both phenomenal. I think 4 is even better because it keeps some of that lower frequency in my voice. And like number 3, it lowers the wind. It doesn't knock it out. I can hear almost no distortion in my voice. This 4 sounds like I'm out there riding my bike. This is what it actually sounds like. It's the most natural. So overall, 4's got really amazing image quality. It's got really good audio qualities. I'm gonna give 4 a 9 out of 10. Okay, the reveal. Camera number 1, we have the Action 5 Pro, this guy right here. Kind of surprising, you want the truth. DJI usually nails hardware, but this one just feels a little bit dated. It's really giving me those, you know, like 7-year-old, 8-year-old cameras, like the Hero 5 Session from GoPro. It really reminds me of that. The picture, the way it sounds, not great. Camera 2, yes, no surprise, it is the GoPro. This is the Hero 12. I like that squished look. It's not for everybody. And then like that color straight out of the camera isn't fantastic. And then just forget about wind noise. GoPros just don't seem to really care about knocking out wind noise. Camera number 3 was the new one, the Insta360 Go Ultra. You know what? This was surprising. I thought that these, if I had to guess, I thought these were switched. I thought this one was camera number 1 because it has that small camera vibe of like overcompensating with the saturation and with the compression and with the sharpening. But this looks really good. Now, there's some weird color that comes right out, but let's talk about camera number 4 because that leaves the Ace Pro 2, also a product from Insta360, and also had color problems when they first launched it, which was immediately fixed by a firmware update. So maybe by the time you're listening to this magenta cast on number 3 will have gone away. Editor Jeff here. A couple days later, they have in fact solved this problem with a firmware update that I just uploaded and tested. Here's how it looks. And now back to the video. But the clear winner here for me is the Ace Pro 2 when it comes to image and audio quality. But what did you guys think? So I did something interesting a couple days ago. I uploaded a video to Instagram that also showed this same footage and was also a blind ranking because I just kind of wanted to get like a unbiased, you know, control group of my audience. So thank you folks who voted. And the results from you guys were overwhelming. I didn't tally it, but just I'll show it on the screen. Almost everybody also thought that camera number 4 was the best look. Interestingly, you guys also seem to pick the Action 5, the one I rank the lowest as the best. And I have a theory, so bear with me for just a second. The oversaturated, kind of compressed, over-sharpened look that I did not like coming out of the DJI, that probably gets lost. When you upload footage to YouTube, to Instagram, it compresses it even more, and the extra sharpness that comes along that I did not like probably actually helps it once it finally goes up to social media. So that's sort of interesting. Even this camera that I'm recording on now, I increased the sharpening more than I would want to when I'm looking at it on my screen, but by the time it goes to YouTube, it actually looks a lot more accurate. So that's sort of interesting. And then you guys were kind of a toss-up between these two cameras. Everyone cited the color issues that were going on. It's an easy fix, but that's not something that you should have to do. The footage should just look good straight out of camera like it does on these other two. Okay, let's make things interesting. Let's do one more bonus camera, the Insta360 X5. Not really fair since this is a 360 camera, but I tested it anyway. You guys know I like this camera. You've seen this footage on the channel a lot lately. Stunning image quality, accurate colors, good wind reduction, and these are with the same settings that I've used on these other cameras, by the way. Even in a race, like you can see, we're going over 30 miles an hour. Of course, at $520, it better be good. So it got me thinking. Let's talk about some of the other features that are equally as important as image quality, like usability. Let's talk about the Insta360 Go first. So this thing separates, and now you have this standalone camera that is so much fun to use. It's got this magnetic back. It has this little pendant. Let me go grab it. So this thing right here goes under your shirt, and then it just snaps to it with the magnet. And you can twist it to get different angles when you're doing a chest mount. So this is super easy. There's no clutter, there's no big chest straps that you have to put on. It just goes under your jersey. It's super convenient. Also, I found myself using it not just with the pendant, but I found myself using it on anything metal. Stick it to the fridge, stick it to a light stand, and you can just get the shot that you want. Not to mention, the pod itself can act as a second screen, so you can frame it with this little flippy screen. And this is incredibly convenient enough to pair with your phone. Just a lot of fun to use. I can't give it a 10 out of 10, but I have to give for usability the Insta3 Go Ultra a 9 out of 10. On the other end of the spectrum, the Insta360 X5, incredible footage, but comes at a price. And we're not talking about just dollars and cents. It's huge, it's heavy, it's awkward to mount. It kicks out these weird proprietary INSV files, and reframing 360 footage is only for the brave, I'll tell you that right now. I'd give it a 1 for usability, but at least the way it mounts to your bike, straight out like this, isn't aerodynamically disadvantageous, so I'll give it a 2 out of 10. GoPro Hero 12, what do I say about this camera? I mean, this technology is cool and all for mounting, and these little tabs even flip down, but this is like 20-year-old technology. I think this came out on the very first GoPro. So this is inconvenient. If it's on the chest mount, you have to thread it in there. And then you want to take it off and do some vlogging or something, or put it on your handlebars, you have to unthread it and rethread it each time. They tried to help with this front-facing camera because this back one doesn't flip. But these front square aspect ratios are hard to see, they're weird, they're not bright. I cannot give this a high usability score. If you're just racing, it's not that big of a deal, but if you're doing anything else, it's really inconvenient. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 10. Action 5 Pro, so bigger screen, brighter screen. Even the front square screen is bigger, but it's still a weird square screen. It does not flip either. So a lot of the shortcomings as the GoPro, but now the DJI has this quick release system, so you're not stuck with those tabs and the threads each time. So that being said, I will give the Action 5 Pro a 6 out of 10. And finally, Ace Pro 2. So now we have the flip screen, right? That's convenient if you're doing any type of vloggy stuff like this. It makes the framing really easy. Also, this is a big, bright screen. We have the quick release system. It has all of the features, but it comes at a cost because the camera itself is quite bulky. You can see the difference here in size between it and the Action 5 Pro. I can't give it as high a score as the Go Ultra, but it's better than the other two, so I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Okay, next up, battery life. So I put all the cameras on a full charge, same exact settings as we did before, and I put them in front of my fan over there to simulate outside riding, and I just let them run until the battery was dead. And I have to consult my notes to look at the results here. Let's see. The Hero 12 and the Ace Pro 2 both lasted about the same. 1 hour and 44 minutes, 1 second for the Hero 12, 1 hour, 48 minutes flat for the Ace Pro 2. But here's the thing, that's still good, because even the longest crits that I do are 90 minutes, and these both had an extra 15 minutes or so to spare. So I'm gonna give both of them a 6 out of 10 for battery life. So the X5, okay, now this is kind of interesting. To be fair, I put it in single lens mode, 4K, 24 frames, just like the other ones. And it lasted, on that setting, 2 hours, 29 minutes, 9 seconds, but nobody buys this camera to use in single lens mode. So then I put it in my normal 8K, 360 mode at 24 frames per second, and it lasted 1 hour and 34 minutes, 55 seconds. So just like the Hero 12 and the Ace Pro 2, this is more than that 90-minute cutoff. Totally fine with me. I'm gonna also give the X5 a 6 out of 10 for battery life. Okay, moving on to the Go Ultra. So I had to run this test twice as well because I wanted to run it with the pod, without the pod. So with the pod, it lasted so long. 2 hours, 45 minutes, 31 seconds. But nobody wants to use this camera with the pod all the time. So I also tested it with a standalone camera, and it lasted 50 minutes, 44 seconds, which doesn't seem like much, but look at the size of this little thing. So overall impressive battery life, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. And that leaves the Action 5 Pro. I cannot believe this thing just kept going. All the other ones were done. It was the last one under the fan. It lasted 3 hours, 3 minutes, 34 seconds. Absolutely incredible. And this kind of makes sense. Coming back to the image quality section, we saw the overly compressed image, which tells me that DJI, when they designed this camera, were definitely thinking about longevity, about quantity over quality. So I'm gonna give this a 9 out of 10 when it comes to battery life. Okay, now finally cost. Of course, huge consideration when you're buying a new action camera. And let's start with the Hero 12. This thing is $300, the cheapest camera on this list. It's an older model, and they're gonna be dropping a 14 soon, so expect discounts when that drops, but decently priced. I gotta give this an 8 out of 10. The Action 5 Pro, it's last year's model, it's $350. This also was the original price of the camera. It has not dropped yet, but like the GoPro, it likely will if and when they release the Action 6 Pro. So not quite as good as the GoPro, but for that extra 50 bucks, we're gonna knock it down to a 7 out of 10 for price. And the Ace Pro 2, this is a $400 camera. We're getting a little pricey now, for sure. It's got a lot of attractive features, but price, not really one of them. I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. The Go Ultra, here it is, the new camera. $449 at launch. Obviously it's still there, it just launched. Not really entry-level pricing that I was expecting. But honestly, this is not an entry-level camera that I was expecting. It's got some unique features. It's got amazing image quality, but the price, we're gonna give it a 5 out of 10 for price. And then finally, of course, the X5. They're expensive, you guys, but I guess not as bad as the 550 bucks they were a few weeks ago. Now it is 520 bucks. Still pretty steep for an action camera. I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 10. Okay, final tally, we'll put it all on the screen right here. The Go Ultra wins at 29 points. So this is the camera I will be using exclusively moving forward on this channel. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I am actually going to continue using the worst performer. Why am I using the camera I scored the lowest in my testing? Well, that's because for me, image quality, audio quality, and especially flexibility in post matter the most. Reframing the footage to tell the story of a race is incredibly inconvenient, but it's an incredible creative tool that is worth the price and hassle for me. But that might not be right for you. If you want something that is gonna last all day, get the DJI, it's a no-brainer. If you want something that is just fun and easy to use, the Go Ultra nails it. And that's the whole point. Like the saying goes, the best camera is the one that you have with you. So get the one that makes you want to take it along, and you'll end up capturing more of those moments that matter. So thanks for watching. Thanks to Insta360 for sponsoring this video. Catch you guys in the next one.